$1,000 in now with sports. The Vancouver Island Raiders. And if anyone knows anything about the Raiders, it's they don't lose, right?
No, they hate losing.
Win.
That's all they
only
do.
win.
Just win, Andrew. That is their motto, and since their existence, that is exactly what the VI Raiders have been doing. 6-time league champions, 3-time national champions. So forgive the Nanaimo boys if they're a little rattled by last week's 31-all tie with the Langley Rams.
Right out of your brain!
Yes, get it right out of your brain. Raiders quarterback Jordan YANTZ telling his troops to put last week's game behind them. The CJFL's most outstanding player hasn't lost many games in his junior football career. In fact, the last time a Raiders suffered a regular season loss was 2010. That was against the Okanagan Sun. And while they didn't lose to the Langley Rams last Saturday, they came awfully close, allowing the Rams to compile 475 yards of offense at Nanaimo's Caledonia Park. Well, this doesn't happen at Cali, nor is it sitting well with the Raiders players who feel that a tie is virtually a loss.
You know, if anything, that's like a loss for us. So, you know, we got to fully prepare. And I know guys are walking around and hanging their heads a little bit, but I think we'll build that up starting tonight in practice and be ready to go for Kelowna this week and prepare our asses off.
If we're not winning, we feel we're losing, regardless whether it's a tie or not. So, you know, we realize, you know, film doesn't lie. So we realize all the mistakes we made, and it's only going into week 3, so we've got lots of time to fix them, and we just got to make sure that our work ethic is there. And to tell you the truth, I didn't think our work ethic was there.
Well, the winner of the BCFC will host the Canadian Bowl this fall. So many of the teams spent a lot of time in the offseason recruiting some of the nation's top talent. There's more parity in the league than in years past, and the 6-time BCFC champions know that defending their title isn't going to be a cakewalk. They kind of like it that way.
Let's give credit to some of the other teams as well. You know, they're not coming in here wanting to get pushed over, and you know, they're bringing in some great players, and they're fighting hard, and you know, we just got to get better. But there's no panic here. We're not freaking out or anything over this. And I love it. I love the fact that every week, you know, every day matters. Every second of practice matters now. And you know, this is what you want as a football coach, and this is what you want as a football player. It's only going to make us better.
I think we just got to play all 3 phases of the game. We got to play offense, defense, and special teams, and we can't let one of those fail. So that's one thing we got to focus on this week in practice. And I think once we get that and kind of flush that last game out of the system, it's gone, it's over with, and kind of move on to the next game. So I think once we do that, we should be okay.
So how will Jordan YANTZ and the VI Raiders respond to the Week 2 tie? You'll have to be at Caledonia Park on Saturday to see for yourself. The Raiders versus the Okanagan Sun. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. There's a scary moment for former VI Raiders star running back Andrew Harris. Harris was injured during practice yesterday after taking a cleat to the back of one of his calves. Good news is the injury is not as bad as first thought, and the Lions' top tailback is expected to play on Sunday against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Harris is having another outstanding season with the Leos. He's locked up 2 weekly honors and 1 monthly honor for top Canadian already. He leads the Lions in rushing yards with 411 and 60 carries. He also has 281 yards receiving.
You know, I think you got to credit the offensive line and Andrew Harris. You know, Andrew's a patient guy, and same with offensive line. There's been a few times in football games where, you know, the running game has been okay, and then as soon as we needed it in a big way in the fourth quarter when we had leads and we needed to sustain some drives, that's been some of our best drives of the whole season as an offensive group.
Well, do or die, backs against the wall, season on the line, pick your catchphrase. They all pertain to the situation facing the victorious Shamrocks this evening. The Coquitlam Adanacs rolled into Bear Mountain Arena last night and stole Game 5 in overtime to take a 3-2 series lead. Adanacs' Dane Dobie has been a pain in the Shamrock side all series. Squares things up at 2-2 in the first. Victoria going with veteran Chris Levis between the pipes. The Rocks' rookie Carson Leung will grab the lead 3-2. Before the frame was over. He's bulging twine at will, 4th in playoff scoring. Top playoff producer, however, plays for the Knacks. Yes, Dane Dobie strikes again in the second period. The visitors add another to go up 4-3 before Mitch McLaren is going to take advantage of a sloppy line change. There's Mitch, goes stick side on Rose to tie things up again. They call this, Andrew, a back and forth battle. A little later, though, Victoria reclaims the lead. Leung to Derek Lowe, who walks in virtually untouched. 1938, 19 seconds later, Ryan Benish rewarded for his persistence in front. Shamrocks up 7-5 after 2, but it wouldn't be enough. The green and white lose in OT. 10-9 was the final. Well, NHL owners said they would take a long look at the players' proposal for a new collective bargaining agreement. They did, and apparently they didn't like what they saw. The divide between the two sides seems to be getting bigger. Talks broke off today with no meaningful negotiations planned for at least a week. There is exactly 1 month to go until the current CBA expires.
We value the proposal and what it means in terms of its economics differently than the Players Association.
The process is to find an agreement you can both live with, even if you come at it from differing perspectives.
I'm not sure that there's yet been a recognition of the economics in our world, and I mean the greater world and the sports industry.
There's only one party here that's talking about September 15th.
There's still a wide gap between us with not much time to go.
We have been advising the players to prepare for a couple of years for a worst-case analysis. You always do. You hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst.
Okay, not looking good. Well, there's going to be a serious lack of clam diggers at the U.S. Open later this month. Rafael Nadal has withdrawn from the tournament, still suffering from a knee injury. It's the first time he will miss the Open in his professional career. You were asking what clam diggers are.
Am I out of touch? I've never heard of these clam diggers.
I think you rock the clam diggers on the weekend all the time, Andrew Johnson, but those are the cut-off pants. That's Nadal's signature pantaloon. Short, whatever he prefers to wear.
I thought I knew tennis. I don't.
You just don't know fashion, maybe.
Thanks, Myra.
No problem.
Got to get a pair of them clam.